Pro User Manual Tutorial. I'm DJ Spiegel Spin, and we're going to talk about it. A lot of people may not know that within the DJ Pro AI app, we have access to the official DJ Pro user manual by Algorithm, who are the creators of the app. And I wanted to share it with you guys and show you around it because I know that it helped me a lot. And I have sat on my couch and went through it cover to cover probably 5 or 6 times. And that's how I know this stuff about DJ Pro. And I want you guys to be able to have this tool at your disposal so it could help you with your DJing. Also, if you have any questions on specific stuff, you could find almost anything that you would want to know within this user manual. All right, so let's get started. We're going to go over here. I'm using my mouse. It's right here on the record. We're going to go to this middle button right here. And then we are going to go over here to settings. So it's not in the regular settings. So over here we have the settings, audio device, DVS, library, appearance, MIDI devices. I made videos about these settings. If you guys want to check them out, I'll go to my channel and you guys could check those out. But we're going to go down over here to support. So over here where it says support, there is online help, community forums, contact support, and then the user manual. That is what we're going to be talking about today. So when we click on this, it's going to open up a new page. So over here, it's like the introduction and everything. And now the context, this tells you if you're looking for something specific. Let's just say you're looking for media library browser. It says 4.2. So then we scroll all the way down. We keep scrolling. So that's 1. That's 1.2. We want to look for 4.2. So we're going to go all the way down over here. 3. And then we're going down. 4. And then we're going to go to 0.1. And then 4.2. Media library browser. So if you're looking for something specific, let's say you didn't know how to browse the library and you wanted to learn more about the library, you'd go up there to the glossary and then you'd find where it is, what you're looking for, and then you could go and find it very easily. And it's kind of annoying to scroll through these pages. If you guys have a printer and you don't mind using the ink, I would recommend you print this out, staple it together, and then you could easily flip through it while you're in the DJ Pro app to find specific things. But I want to show you a little bit more. So the first one is introduction, getting started, the glossary of terms, which is pretty cool. So if you guys are wondering like what these terms mean, then you can go over here to the glossary, which is over here. We're going to go down, glossary of terms. So if you didn't know what a cue point was and you were watching my videos and we were talking about EQ, we were talking about deck, and we were talking about jog wheels, library, this gives you the definition of what this means. It's always good when you're starting a new hobby or you're doing a new career or anything, you got to know the lingo. Like if you're doing carpentry, you got to know the difference between a table saw and a skill saw and the chop saw and a miter saw. So you don't want to show up to the job site and say, oh, I need one of those saws that go down like this, or I need a screwdriver that looks like this. You want to know the lingo so that you could sound professional and actually sound like you know what you're doing. So this is very cool. It gives you all these definitions. I didn't know what quantize meant a while ago. So over here, it's the act of ensuring music is precisely set to rhythm. So if you come across something while you're using DJ Pro and you're like, what the hell does that mean? This is a great place to find out the definitions of what the stuff means. Like if you didn't know what sync was, if you didn't know what a waveform was, then you could find out these definitions here. And then the next one is getting started. So this tells you how to install the app. Some people ask me in the comments, how do you download the app? Well, you could download it from the iOS store. And then this is how you would get started. If you need to restore your subscription, it walks you through doing that. Maybe you were using DJ Pro a while ago and your subscription expired and you want to get back into it. This will tell you exactly how to do it. And then another thing is finding your music. A lot of people want to know how to access music, because you can't really DJ without music. So this will tell you how to use the different music sources. And there's just one that I want to go over, which is iTunes music playlist. You could browse the playlist on your iPad by tapping the iTunes music icon. This isn't the Apple Music streaming service. This is music that you bought or downloaded from Apple Music, and it's in your iTunes on the specific device. And if it's on the device, then you can load it into a deck and start DJing with it. So another thing is it tells you about how to add hardware, and then it gives you a link to the website where you could see all the supported controllers for DJ Pro. And then it's going to tell you over here your core features and your layout. So the layout is important. So it has these little dots. If you look at my mouse, so you see how it says 1 here, and then it's the dashboard button. Switch between deck views, and you guys could look at specific things, because sometimes if you're just starting out with DJing, just like if it was your first time driving a car, when you first sit in the driver's seat, you're going to see all these gauges and all of this and all that, and it might be overwhelming. But then you realize you only need to know the steering wheel, the gas, and the brakes, and how to shift it in the park and drive, and you don't really need to pay attention to the temperature or this and that, except if there's an issue. So to not get overwhelmed, this will tell you exactly what each of these buttons do, and then you could go from there. So let me just flip through here a little bit. It's going to explain the view modes, the different screens, because if you just started with the app, you're going to be in classic view, but that's actually not the best view to DJ in. It would probably, in my opinion, be the Pro mode. So this also tells you about the settings. So there's that. And then I want to show you down here at the bottom, all the way at the end, they give us some bonus content. So tips and support, special tips. A big part of being a DJ is understanding how to get the best possible sound quality out of your equipment. So, and it also gives you a section about avoiding the red, because if you play the music too loud and you're using bigger speakers and you put too much bass and the volume's too loud, it could damage speakers. And if you're DJing and using other people's speakers and you damage them, you could be in some trouble. Or if you're using your own speakers that you paid money for, you wouldn't want to damage them. So this I would definitely recommend. Once you're ready to go DJ with bigger speakers, read this section of the user manual so that you do not do anything wrong. Then audio and file quality. It tells you about mixing in queue. And then knowing your tracks. It gives you tips on keeping your library. And it even tells you about the cables. It says every step in the chain affects the quality of the audio, the condition, as well as the quality. A lot of people ask me and say that they're getting bad quality out of their speakers, they're getting bad quality out of their controllers, and it might just be that one of the wires or one of the adapters that you're using could be damaged, because now that everything is USB-C and we have to use these type of adapters, if you're using multiple adapters, there could be one of them that could be damaged or one of them that could be lower quality than the other, and it could bring down your whole audio of your track. So definitely check out the user manual in DJ Pro for any questions and just to get familiar with it. If you have an extra hour and you're just hanging out and you got nothing better to do, I recommend just reading it cover to cover at least once or 2 times so that you will be familiarized with the whole app. It's like a cheat sheet and it's there for you, and I feel like not enough people use it, and it'll make your DJ Pro experience much better. So if you learned something from this video, please give it a like, and also if you like learning about DJ Pro and DJing with the iPad, subscribe to the channel, and I make DJ videos almost every day.